After going to international school, you went into a Japanese university, right? And so it was your first time encountering local Japanese people, right? That only went to Japanese school. Almost, right?
Almost.
Yeah.
So like, they were surprised.
Right.
しかも早稲田なんだけど、シルスっていう学部で、インターナショナルな学部。だからまだなんか海外に興味あります。みたいな人たちが多かったっていうのもあるけど、でも結構9月入学だし、しかもだから留学生って思われがちだった、顔的に。だから日本語喋る時にすごいびっくりされる。
How would you explain yourself to them?
So I would tell them the whole thing. Like バングラデシュ人でも日本育ちだけど、
phrase ね。それはどうだった？ How did you feel? Like you're from Japan, but you had to explain.
I've had to explain myself all my life. That's just normal. これなんか名前なんて言うのって言われて、名前言うのと同じぐらい普通になっちゃった。
So you've been to Bangladesh before, right? Yeah. So what was your impression of Bangladesh?
I don't really like it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not like I dislike it, but it's just that I don't have any friends there. And my parents go back there. 実家に帰るからなんかゆっくりしたいみたいな。暇になっちゃうし。
So you don't know what to do.
で、行く期間もなんか2週間、3週間。行くから、3週間も何もしない。で、危ないから外にも行かないでみたいな。
When was because you were born there, but you came to Japan right after. And when was your first time going there?
Like we used to go back every year. また行かなきゃみたいな。また連れて行かれるみたいな。
Just when you go to Bangladesh, like how does the people there view you or the relatives view you guys?
Japanese で。Oh, you're so Japanese みたいな。Relatives は Japanese っていう。でもなんか知らない人たちは外国人ってベンガル語で言われる。
Do you talk back or like do you say something back?
I don't think my brother always says 違うよ like I'm from Bangladesh で Bengali で。My brother's also better at Bengali than me because he talked to my mom more as a child.
Right.
And so when I was born, my mom went back to Bangladesh 6 months before I was born. So my brother had to go to a like Bengali school for like 6 months.
Right.
So he also learned Bengali then.
When you tell Japanese people that you're from Bangladesh, what do they say about Bangladesh? What's their impression of Bangladesh?
そうなんだみたいな。And I'm like どこかわかるみたいな。どこだろうっていう人もいれば、わかるっていう人もいる。で、インドとミャンマーの間って言って、みたいな。なんかあんま興味ないみたいな。It's also probably because they don't know the country. 何の話すればいいかわからない。
確かに we never learn about Bangladesh in Japan. That is true. If it was about America or like Europe, like we have more knowledge about those countries.
ヨーロッパって聞かれる。違うよって。外国人といえばヨーロッパ人みたいな。
まあそうだね。
Because I speak English, I can get away with like being Western.
Have you ever said that you're American?
No. さすがに。
Or do people assume you're American sometimes because you speak with an American accent?
I don't dress American. Foreigner だけどどこみたいな。
そっか。じゃあアメリカ人と思われないんだ。
思われない。I don't interact that much with foreigners.
Oh really?
Yeah.
そうなんだ。
Like all the foreigners I interact with are 日本育ち。
You've never lived abroad?
I've never lived abroad.
Wow. And have you ever visited Western countries?
No. I've actually never been to like an English-speaking country.
But you speak English as your first language. Oh my god. This is TCK, you guys. Would you ever like to visit an English-speaking country?
Yes. I really want to go.
Yeah.
And like then I feel like I'll really become like the みんなが言う foreigner.
Do you consider yourself as Japanese or not?
So I consider myself Bengali when I'm in Japan and when I'm around Japanese people. I also think I'm partially Japanese in heart.
Yeah. Yes, we are.
But then when I'm with my foreigner friends who are also raised here, like international school だと結構 you become foreign. 割には I turned out Japanese.
珍しいタイプだと思う。
珍しいタイプ。
すごい思う。だって if you only go to international school, your Japanese doesn't really get that good. But like it's pretty perfect. So なんかどうやってやったんだろうとは思うけど。 I think you absorb the culture more than other international school kids. Maybe because you had your brother that went to Japanese school and you had more outlets to interact with Japanese the society. So do you ever experience any microaggressions, discrimination, or sexism in Japan?
I do.
Okay.
So I was hanging out with my Bengali friend, but she's born and raised in Japan and didn't go into international school, so she speaks Japanese and Bengali.
Right.
And I speak English, Bengali, and Japanese, but my Bengali is not that good. So when we talk, we speak in Japanese.
Right.
But so we went to a restaurant in Shikomo, Harajuku.
Very international city, ne?
Like we were talking, and they're like, "Oh, どこから来たの? Like where are you from?" And then Bangladesh ですみたいな。どっちもバングラデシュですみたいな。なんかなんで日本語で喋ってるの？自分の国の言語でいいじゃん。I'm raised here, we're both raised here でみたいな全部説明するのめんどくさいし、なんか言うとあっちもそこまで興味ないだろうし、っていうのがなんかてんみたいな。
That will be considered microaggression in the West, definitely, because if a non-white person, like non-white people were speaking English to each other, the worker wouldn't be like, "Why don't you speak your own native language?" って言わないじゃん絶対に。でもin Japan, that's pretty accepted to say that. That is definitely microaggression.
しかも it happened to me, we were from the same country だから。
そうだね。同じ国だったらそのなんか本当に純粋に不思議に思っただろうね。
悪気はないからなってなっちゃう。I feel like it happens so often. もう許すようになっちゃった。なんかこんなもんだよね。なんか I saw it coming. 思ってほしい。これを分かってほしいって思うじゃん。At the same time, fully Japanese の人たちのバックグラウンドも理解しないといけないのかなって、相手がなんでそれを言ってるのかも理解できたらもっと許せる気がする。
For them, that's their world, and they never encountered international people. だから、
人に自分を分かってほしいって言うんだったら相手のことも分かってあげないから。だから understand me っていうより first I need to understand why they think the way they do、からその分かった上で I feel like then I can tell them why I feel this way and then why I want them to think the way I want to be taught.
超大人。でもその通りだと思う。Like if you want to be understood first, then you should step up first, and then you should try to understand them first. ってことね。Did you ever experience any like obvious discrimination or
microaggression? They like, "You're so different," みたいな。And like sometimes it's nice. Because I get away with like some things that I can't do, like 敬語使わなくていいみたいな。But there is also this like you have to be this character.
Yeah.
Like you have to be this quirky. Oh, like I don't really know things.
そうね。
Character だから許されるみたいな。
メディアで映してるような、テレビで出てるような、なんかハーフのタレントみたいにすることで、なんか敬語を使わなくてもいいとか、こういう行動をしても許されるみたいな。風潮はあるよね。You try to be that character to be forgiven. But at the same time, we have to think why Japanese people can't do that to each other. There's gotta be a reason that they can't do that to each other じゃん。だからthere's like a very なんか embedded toxic thing embedded there, I think. So why suddenly if you look foreign, you're forgiven, but if you look Japanese and you're acting like in a certain way, like why is it considered rude とか思っちゃう。
なんか特にbecause I'm international 帰国子女とかいるじゃん。とかがかわいそう。Because they are expected to be like fluent, perfect,
like act as a perfect Japanese, always use 敬語、ペコペコ、のなんていうの、submissive, all that, but at the same time, they're not like that, right? So 多分うちらよりも they have a hard time because.We grew up in Japan, so we know how to act as a Japanese, like fake Japanese. But they actually don't know that. But they're expected to be more like that than us. We have to create that fake persona to be accepted into the society.
But at this point, is it even fake?
まあね。
そう。なんかもう it's become me. It's become like part of my personality.
Right. So how do you want to see Japan progress in terms of diversity and like accepting people that have foreign backgrounds?
I feel like minority だから we need to learn what the majority expects from us and like why they expect that. で、それがagree できなかったら you can tell them why you disagree. って気がする。And like I feel like Japanese people are like scared of foreigners because they don't know them. And they're like どうせなんか they don't listen to us. だから I feel like we have to listen first.
下からね、行って入ってってことだよね。
結局日本で使えるのはそっちの方が effective な気がする。だから you're foreign anyways, you wouldn't understand us. って思われないようになんか we're trying to understand you, so can you try to understand us too?
Right.
I feel like you have to have a big heart.
Right. Yeah.
And like I know it's tough to have a big heart when you're the one that's like always going through things. You're the different one. Why do I have to always like be the one hurt? Like be the one that has to be considerate. ってなるのはわかるけど I feel like if you are more open, they will also be like, oh, you're so open, like I want to know more about you, like what about your culture, like why でもっと興味を持ってくれる気がする。
マイノリティだからこそ、自分から下に行って、自分から先にってことだね。すごい。そんなサラちゃん、How can my viewers follow you? How can they
find me on Instagram?
You have an Instagram account?
Yes.
Do you want to advertise your Instagram account?
Yes, please follow my Instagram. It's Sarah SARAH.ABUBU.
Yay! So please follow Sarah if you liked her or if you didn't like her even. I'm just kidding. So thank you for watching and please give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel and please leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.